Tuesday, January 28th, and we'll be reading Exodus 15 and 16.
15 and 16. You ready? Let's see. Where is it, Gabriel? You have it? There's 15. You ready?
I have it.
You're going to be coloring? You and B are coloring? A Song of Moses. Then Moses and the children of Israel sang this song to the Lord and spoke, saying, I will sing to the Lord, for he has triumphed gloriously. He has thrown the horse and his rider into the sea. The Lord is my strength and song, and he has become my salvation. He is my God, and I will praise him, my father's God, and I will exalt him. The Lord is a man of war, and the Lord is his name. Pharaoh's chariots and his army he has thrown into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. The depths have covered them. They sank to the bottom like a stone. Your right hand, O Lord, is glorious in power. Your right hand, O Lord, shatters the enemy. In the greatness of your excellence, you overthrow those who rise up against you. You send out your wrath. It consumes them like stubble. With a blast of your nostrils, the waters were gathered together. The flowing waters stood upright as a heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue. I will take over. I will divide the spoil. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword. My hand shall destroy them. You blew with your wind, and the sea covered them. They sank like lead in the mighty waters. Who is like you, O Lord, among the gods? Who is like you, glorious in holiness, fearful in praises, doing wonders? You stretched out your right hand, and the earth swallowed them. In your mercy you have led the people whom you have redeemed. You have guided them by your strength to your holy dwelling. The peoples have heard and are afraid. Sorrow has taken hold on the inhabitants of Philistia. Then the chiefs of Edom were amazed. The mighty men of Moab, trembling, takes hold of them. All the inhabitants of Canaan are melted away. Fear and dread fall upon them by the greatness of your arm. They are as still as a stone until your people pass over, O Lord, until the people whom you have purchased pass over. You shall bring them in and plant them on the mountain of your inheritance, in the place, O Lord, which you have made for your dwelling, in the sanctuary, O Lord, which your hands have established. The Lord will reign forever and ever. For the horses of Pharaoh went in with his chariots and with his horsemen into the sea, and the Lord brought back the waters of the sea upon them, but the children of Israel walked on dry land in the midst of the sea. The Song of Miriam. Miriam, the prophetess, the sister of Aaron, took a timbrel in her hand, and all the women went out after her with timbrels and with dancing. Miriam answered them, Sing to the Lord, for he triumphed gloriously. The horse and his rider he has hurled into the sea. The waters of Marah and Elim. Then Moses led Israel from the Red Sea, and they went out into the wilderness of Shur. And they went 3 days in the wilderness and found no water. When they came to Marah, they could not drink of the waters of Marah, for they were bitter. Therefore the name of it was called Marah. So the people murmured against Moses, saying, What shall we drink? And he cried to the Lord and said, and he cried to the Lord, and the Lord showed him a tree. When he had thrown it into the waters were made sweet. There he made for them a statute and an ordinance. And there he tested them. He said, If you diligently listen to the voice of the Lord your God, and do what is right in his sight, and give ear to his commandments, and keep all his statutes, I will not afflict you with any of the diseases with which I have afflicted the Egyptians, for I am the Lord who heals you. Then they came to Elim, where there were 12 wells of water and 70 palm trees, and they camped there by the waters.
Bread and quail, chapter 16. Then they set out from Elim, and all the congregation of the children of Israel came to the wilderness of Sin, which is between Elim and Sinai, on the 15th day of the second month after their departing out of the land of Egypt. The whole congregation of the children of Israel murmured against Moses and Aaron in the wilderness. Now the children of Israel said to them, Would to God we have died by the hand of the Lord in the land of Egypt, when we sat by the pots of meat, when we ate bread to the full, for you have brought us forth into this wilderness to kill this whole assembly with hunger. Then the Lord said to Moses, Indeed, I will rain bread from heaven for you, and the people shall go out and gather a certain amount every day, that I may test them, whether they will walk in my law or not. And it shall come to pass that on the 6th day they shall prepare that which they bring in, and it will be twice as much as they gather daily. So Moses and Aaron said to all the children of Israel, At evening you shall know that the Lord has brought you out of the land of Egypt. And in the morning you shall see the glory of the Lord, because he hears your murmurings against the Lord. And what are we that you murmur against us? Then Moses said, This will happen when the Lord gives you meat to eat in the evening, and bread in the morning to satisfy. For the Lord hears your murmurings which you murmur against him. And that what are we? Your murmurings are not against us, but against the Lord. Then Moses said to Aaron, Say to all the congregation of the children of Israel, Come near before the Lord, for he has heard your murmurings. So as Aaron spoke to the whole congregation of the children of Israel, they looked toward the wilderness, and indeed the glory of the Lord appeared in the cloud. And then the Lord spoke to Moses, saying, I have heard the murmurings of the children of Israel. Speak to them, saying, In the evening you shall eat meat, and in the morning you shall be filled with bread, and you shall know that I am the Lord your God. So in the evening the quail came up and covered the camp, and in the morning a layer of dew was surrounding the camp. When the layer of dew evaporated on the surface of the wilderness, there lay a small flaky thing, as fine as the frost on the ground. When the children of Israel saw it, they said to one another, What is it? For they did not know what it was. And Moses said to them, This is the bread which the Lord has given you to eat. This is what the Lord has commanded. Every man is to gather of it according to what he will eat, an omer, for every man according to the number of your people. Every man shall take for them, for whoever lives in his tent. The children of Israel did so, and gathered some more, some less. When they measured it with an omer, he that gathered much had nothing left over, and he that gathered little had no lack. They gathered every man according to what he could eat. Moses said to them, Let no man leave any of it until morning. However, they did not listen to Moses, and some of them left part of it until morning, and it bred worms, and it stank. And Moses was very angry with them. So they gathered it every morning, every man according to what he could eat, and when the sun got hot, it melted. Now on the 6th day they gathered twice as much bread, 2 omers per man, and then ate all. Then all the leaders of the congregation came and told Moses. He said to them, This is what the Lord has said. Tomorrow is a Sabbath, a holy Sabbath to the Lord. Bake that which you will bake today, and boil what you will boil, and all that which remains over, lay it up for yourselves to be kept until the morning. So they laid it up until the morning, just as Moses commanded, and it did not stink, nor was there any worm in it. Moses said, Eat it today, for today is a Sabbath to the Lord. Today you will not find it in the field. 6 days you shall gather it, but on the 7th day, the Sabbath, there will be none. It happened that some of the people went out on the 7th day to gather, but they found nothing. Then the Lord said to Moses, How long will you refuse to keep my commandments and my instructions? See, the Lord has given you the Sabbath. Therefore he gives you bread for 2 days on the 6th day. every man remain in his place. Let no man go out of his place on the seventh day. So the people rested on the seventh day. The house of Israel named it manna, and it was like coriander seed, and it was white, and its taste was like wafers made with honey. Then Moses said, "This is what the Lord has commanded. Fill an omer of it to be kept for your generation to come, so that they may see the bread that I fed you in the wilderness, then when I brought you forth from the land of Egypt." Moses said to Aaron, "Take a pot and put an omer full of manna in it, and place it before the Lord to be kept for generations to come. As the Lord commanded Moses, so Aaron placed it before the testimony to be kept. The children of Israel ate manna 40 years until they came to an inhabited land. They ate the manna until they came to the border of the land of Canaan. Now an omer is 1/10 of an ephah.
Of an ephah. Yep.
That is chapter 16.
15 and 16.
Bye. Have a great day.